Hello, this is Chris Dowdett, and I want to quickly talk about the steps you need to take before you create a profitable business. Now, you may or may not already have an idea about a product you wish to create. If you do, that's fine. If you don't, that's also fine. If you do, I'm going to show you how to confirm the idea and make sure the product is worth creating. If you don't, I'm going to show you how to research different markets so you can find a good niche to jump right into. Now, it's very important before you do any creating or start working on your new product in any way that you confirm that it is, in fact, a product that's going to make you profits. And this not only goes for your own products, but also for products you affiliate for. In fact, this section applies to just about anything you plan to ever sell online. So if you're going to remember to rewatch any video in this course, better make a note of where to find this one again. This video alone could save you months of work by making sure people in your niche spend money, what I like to call a hungry market. However, you also need to make sure that there is not too much supply in the market as well. This means that there's not so many other people selling similar or substitute products that there's no room for you. It's tough enough when you're just starting out. You don't want to make it even more difficult by jumping right into a super competitive market. So let me show you how to avoid that. We know from the last video, a niche market is a market that targets a certain sector or demographic. It could be a hobby or interest such as music or dog training. However, it could just be an age or gender-related product such as some product for stay-at-home moms. And it doesn't even stop there. You can also break your niches down into sub-niches, which, in essence, breaks down your niche into even smaller sectors. For example, a niche might be stay-at-home moms, and a sub-niche might be single stay-at-home moms. Or a niche market could be golfers and a sub-niche could be left-handed golfers. This is important because the more specific you get about who you are targeting, the easier it is to make money with that product. The more general of a niche you target, the more difficult it'll be to get the results you desire. Now to the important part. How do you know if a niche or sub-niche is going to be profitable? The first thing, and probably the easiest thing to look at, is if that niche has products or services that are already popular. If you want to jump in and start some groundbreaking new innovative product that no one has ever heard of later on, so be it, best of luck to you. But for now, you just want to stick with products or services which are already popular within the marketplace. The reason why is because these products and services are already some of the easiest products to promote. Popular products are easy to find. They're in front of you all the time. TV ads, magazines, and books are some of the easiest ways to find popular niches. I see commercials for video games, credit reports, and a whole array of other products that are very popular and currently being purchased by people every day. Just walk over to the magazine aisle in the grocery store and look at what's on the shelf. Just about every single magazine on the shelf is a niche market that is profitable. What could be easier than that? Well, how about just going over to magazines.com and searching through their products, so you don't even have to leave your computer. You're going to find magazines on sports, cooking, fashion, fitness. The list is really endless. You know if someone is printing a magazine on a subject every month, then people are buying that magazine each and every month as well. Take a few minutes and look through all the different niches until you find one of interest, one you think you can make some money in. And finally, books. Books are also a great way to find profitable niches, but not just any book. I like to take a peek through the best sellers in the how-to niche. Now, of course, there are several online bookstores, but Amazon.com is the one everyone knows about, and it makes this process very simple. Just take a browse through and see if you can find some good ideas that might be profitable niches. Be sure to check through the best sellers or the hot new release section to see possible ideas. The Microsoft Keyword Tool is another tool I like to play with. This tool is especially good for finding niches that people spend money in, as it gives you information on how likely users are to make a purchase or look to make a purchase when searching on a specific website. So if you're not sure about which niches really have money being spent in them, this tool can help. MSN also has several other audience intelligence and keyword tools as well, fun to play with in other avenues in internet marketing, but I highly recommend you take advantage of them in your initial research. The MSN keyword tools are also not as widely used as many of the other mainstream free tools, which is good, as you will more likely find some niches other people miss with the more popular tools. Okay, got your niche. The next thing you want to do is head over to the Google free keyword research tool. Now, what Google is going to do for us is give us some feedback on how many people are actually searching for a key term. The more searches that term gets per month, the more demand for that niche. Some niches are obviously going to be more in demand than others. There are a lot of magazines on health and fitness. So how about I type in the words "get in shape" on the Google keyword tool and see what kind of results I get. Now, if there are any related terms with, say, 20,000 or more global monthly searches, then you know there's some demand for that niche. It might just be a niche you can make some profits on. The fitness niche is obviously a monster that's pulling in profits in almost every direction. Now, don't get too excited. This could and probably does mean there's a lot of supply. But this does not mean you still cannot make money if there's room for you. Your goal here is to get into a market where demand is high and preferably much higher than supply. Okay, let's stay on Google, but now we want to search for different phrases people are searching for in order to solve their problems. I know when I have a problem, I go right over to Google and see if I can find the solution. In order to do this, just type in "how to" and then check out the results. Now, before we take a look, I always like to click on the global monthly searches and filter by most popular to least popular. If you notice, there's also a competition bar here that Google gives us for free that's a fairly accurate gauge on the amount of competition in that market. Just skimming through here, I see a few different niches that might be profitable. For example, how to make a website. But look at this one, how to make soap. Now, I don't know much about making soap, but I see 74,000 people a month search for how to make soap, and Google's estimate of competition is very low. If I wanted to, I could make a mini site about secrets to making soap. I would set this up as a free product and just require people to give me their email address in order to receive my Making Soap special report. Because competition is so low, I could probably very easily make page 1 on Google within just a couple of months, get free traffic, and then build a list on such a topic. Of course, I'd also have to research how to make soap and make sure I provide a good report to my customers, but you get the idea. I'm sure people interested in soap would also be interested in lotions and other related products, which I could market to them later. So this is just another idea on how to expand your search and find a niche market that's right for you. Okay, let's get ahead of ourselves for a second, and just for this example, say you've done all your research and found a niche which will work for you, and you have determined there is in fact a lot of demand, and you're ready to start cranking out that first product. Well, hold on, not so fast. There is still one more step which we must perform, and that is how much supply is already in the market. We already saw that Google has a competition indicator, which is a good start. How much supply is really in the market is actually impossible to calculate exactly, but it's very easy to do some loose calculations. What you want to do is go over to the Google keyword tool and type in the main keyword a customer thinks of when they think of the product you intend on creating. Notice I said what the customer thinks of. Be careful here. In many cases, customers think of totally different words when they think of you versus what you think of when you think of yourself. See how many global monthly searches come up. Now, I want you to go to a standard Google search box and type that same keyword phrase in. You'll notice that Google posts the number of indexed websites for that keyword under their search box. If the number of sites indexed is less than 100 times as large as the number searched for, it's going to be profitable. If it's 100 to 400 times as large, it's going to be less profitable, but there are still profits to be made. If it's 400 times or more as large, it's probably going to be much more difficult to profit. So not only do we have to worry about demand, we also have to worry about supply. Too much supply can also make it very difficult to succeed. For example, let's say you wanted to make a product on article marketing. When I use Google's keyword tool, I see that there's about 100,500 monthly searches. Not too bad. When I search for that same term on Google, I see there are over 33 million indexed sites. That's definitely more supply than I'd hoped for, but being the indexed sites were 328 times as large as the monthly searches, there's still profits to be made in this market. Now, not only do you have the ability to find a niche, you also can gauge that niche for supply and demand. I hope you found this section on niches helpful. In many cases, this small section saved many of my customers months of hard work creating a product that was never going to sell. Remember, finding a profitable niche is the first step to succeeding with an online business. Please make a note to watch this video again before you start making your first website. I know after you watch my mini site course, you're going to be eager to jump right in, but please do not be in too much of a hurry. Doing things correct is going to be a far better strategy than doing them fast and wrong.